Okay, next I've got Percy Faith and his orchestra performing China. Music from movies, including the theme from Chinatown, The Entertainer, which is the theme from The Sting, a piece from Tubular Bells, which is featured in The Exorcist, and the Gershwin classic I Got Rhythm, Midnight at the Oasis, What Do I Do from The Great Gatsby, a few other pieces including Percy Faith's own composition 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if that's a composition for quadraphonic sound. Anyways, it's a great album. Very cool. Next, I've got the original soundtrack of Funny Girls, starring Barbra Streisand in her movie debut and Omar Sharif. No, this is not a gatefold version. This is a quad album. The original release in quad featured the gold bordering around it with this cover. This looks like it's a stereo album, but you turn the back here, zoom forward, and it tells you this is a stereo quadraphonic disc. So this is the quad version. What makes this version of the Funny Girls soundtrack fantastic is the fact that the overture is extended. Stereo versions of Funny Girl don't feature secondhand rows. The only way you'd hear secondhand rows in the overture is by one, seeing the movie on DVD, or picking up a quad version of the Funny Girl soundtrack. You notice some little differences in the between this version and the stereo version. Obviously, no gatefold. And one more note: the song "Don't Rain on My Parade" doesn't have that little intro in the beginning like the stereo version. It just jumps right to Barbra Streisand's vocal. Anyways, pick this up if you find it. Just note, if you look at the note, if you pick this up at a thrift store or whatever, and you find that it's a single, not in gatefold version, you've got the quad. Stereo versions have the gatefold featuring a photo collage of Barbra Streisand in the movie. Next, we go to Broadway with Annie, the original cast album. This looks stereo, but you turn on the back, go forward, and it's in quadraphonic as well. Note, thanks to this logo here. And this was originally a promotional copy, which you had to return, of course, to CBS. But I guess it didn't stop the person who donated it to the thrift store, didn't it? Sounds great in stereo. There we go. Next is, next I will show you various albums from different labels. This one's very, very nice. It features the Ericsson tapes. This is performed side 1 and by the SR synthesizer and a 2-manual harpsichord, and released and played in both stereo and quadraphonic systems. It's released by the Cytonic Research label. You can play this in stereo or quadraphonic matrix. And now here's a realistic quadraphonic album, new brass for the sound of the hits. I picked this up for $1 at Amoeba Records. Clearance item. See the red tag? Oh, excuse me. Anyways, features pop favorites including Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, Heart of Gold, Guantanamera, Moscow Nights, Scarborough Affair, and Help Me Make It Through the Night. This was released by Capitol Records in the special markets. And I guess this was sold at Radio Shack due to the realistic logo here. Very cool album. Next I've got the Enoch Light and Light Brigade. You can play this in quadraphonic and on regular stereo. It's got some pop favorites including Fire and Rain, Spinning Wheel, Bridge Over Troubled Water, You've Got a Friend, Amazing Grace, Lonely Days by the Bee Gees, and the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. Got two different albums released on the Turnabout Records, two classical pieces. They're both recorded in quad, not by SQ, by the QS system by Sansui. I did some research on eBay and online, and Sansui has some really nice quadraphonic receivers, yet they're very expensive and probably very heavy according to what I've seen. It's a great album featuring Ravel's Daphne's and Chloe Ballet Suites and the Mamir Loy, whatever it name is. And we've got Mendelssohn's two symphonies by Mendelssohn, the Italian Symphony No. 4, Symphony No. 4, the Italian, and Symphony No. 5, the Reformation, performed by the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. Picked these up for $1. $1 at Amoeba Music here in Hollywood. Don't you just love those clearance sales? Anyways, we have another Turnabout album, the Gershwin's American in Paris, Catfish Row, a suite from Porgy and Bess and Promenade. Leonard Slatkin conducts the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra. This is recorded in quadraphonic stereo, QS, and it's compatible in stereo, of course. Very cool. Next is Sampler, another item bought from Amoeba Music, Fred Tag. Features various pop favorites including A Shade of Brass, Leaving on a Jet Plane, two cuts from here, Aquarius, which is another number, which isn't really Aquarius at all, it's something else. We have the Hare Krishna, Everybody's Talking, and You've Made Me So Very Happy, and Respect. And among the artists performing this is Gloria Loring, who of course was married, I'm not sure if she's still married to Alan Thicke, but she sang on many theme songs on TV, including The Facts of Life, and has a hit song called Friends Lovers with the late Carl Anderson in the 80s.